Yo, let's go and welcome to the video. Gonna do a run through of ZF. This is the best gold farm that I've found so far in the pre-patch. Any balanced druid, whether you're fresh, you have gear, you don't have gear, mobs are lower level, so it's not like you're getting hit really hard like in Stratholme or Ramparts or any of the other farms that you might have seen me doing. This one just feels really good. You have to play the auction house a little bit because the main things that we're selling is Mageweave and Flask of Mojo. A little bit sometimes aquamarine as well. Those drop almost like once per run and they're going for 3, 4, 5 gold each. And stacks of Mageweave have been anywhere from like 5 gold all the way up to 7 gold 50 silver per stack. So really nice potential for gold farm. Okay, let's go ahead and get on in and do the run. Get the little stopwatch and get right into it. So the reason I don't mount, which I can show you I guess, is the mobs now like to knock you off and stun you for a second. They hit you from behind and get you at the right time. Oh, I just meleeed that guy, so can't really show you, but it's good to not get stunned anyways. So I have a timer, usually even if I'm just not even on stream, just so I can see how long I've been in combat. If you're in combat for over a minute with the mob, it will start to stun you, and if you have a big pool going, then you're just gonna die. So it's always nice to have a timer. This is the first pull here. I've got a couple hots on me. It's gonna line of sight, pop my unused trinket, Starfall. Starfall usually pulls like a couple of these other mobs over here, but as long as I get this main pack down, I'm not too worried about pulling a couple extra mobs from over there. Alright, so I try to pop Innervate on cooldown, pretty much, just so it's less time drinking, you know, like, might as well use Innervate. Don't really use it during pool that I can remember, so I just like to use it before I mount up and get to the second pool. It takes me a long time to loot, and there are add-ons out there that can speed up the looting process, so you can find mouse scroll wheel and stuff to loot and cut off. It's like a couple minutes of this farm. It takes it from like an 12 minute farm down to like a 9-minute farm. I haven't done it myself, but people have let me know that they have done that. So looted everything. We're 2 minutes in, mounting up, and we're gonna head to the graves and spawn all the graves. So I'm trying not to aggro anything, because if I aggro something and I'm in combat for a minute, it's gonna start to stun, interrupt pulling all the graves. So sometimes like going through there is kind of sketchy. This guy will reset if you accidentally pull him. Yeah, like I try not to slow down, but I don't want to pull these things. And there we go. So I'll just kill this guy. And if you have gear, you can do it this way that I'm about to show you. You can aggro the boss, and then all the mobs are going to run up to the boss. So you go up, you see the text, you just right click all the graves, and they're going to spawn right up to the boss, not attack you right away. So once they start to get to me, I start to hot myself up. Trying to get every single grave. Alright. So I got every single grave opened. I might have missed one or two just from clicking too fast. But everything should go down here. The boss didn't come out last time, so hopefully I have the mana. I have the treants. The treants can just do work. There we go. I'll just let them finish him off. Then I can just start looting. And lots of Mageweave from these. I've got an epic from here too. I don't remember how much it sold for. It might have been 40, 45 gold. But I need to keep an eye out for actually looting stuff that's important. Because by the time I get to the vendor, I'm just trying to sell everything and get back in. 4.5 minutes here, under 5 minutes so far, but by the time I'm done looting these and the graves, probably going to be like 6 or 7 minutes in. We've got a couple more pulls yet to do. You're under geared though. I used to just open up like this half of the graves, AoE them down, and then open up the other half on the other side. So you don't have to do it by aggroing the boss first or anything. So innervate's off cooldown. Go ahead and use that. Loot all these graves. Yeah, I think I might have missed one or two. Looks, it's only copper from these things, but the vendor stuff is pretty nice, and there's cloth. I think the epic came out of a grave that I got too, so always looting all the graves. Almost 6 minutes. We're gonna skip a little bit again. All the mobs from like the stairs don't drop anything, so like I went up there the first time I came in here expecting them to drop loot, and it was just a big waiting game for nothing. I was pretty disappointed. But again, trying not to aggro anything on the way to the next spot. Something to keep an eye out on, which I don't see it here. There it is. So that basilisk thing, there's a couple of those in the next area, and don't want to aggro that if possible. It has a small chance to stun you for like 6 seconds, and it really hurts, especially if it's at the end of your pull. Hydromancer, she resets pretty easily, so I don't really ever attack her. A lot of these things you have to run over them or hit them to get aggro. It's kind of annoying. But I try to circle around to grab everything in this room. And I used to line of sight it right here where this mob is, this drinker coming in. But I found a little bit of a better spot. But yeah, see, I'm not trying to get that pack. But if you come down here, line of sight behind these pots, everything groups up really nicely. And I don't have mana for a second hurricane, so hopefully they die. Okay, cool. I think one ran away, but there's all these totems, so still in combat. The totems. Okay, yeah, he's coming back. Alright, we got 8 minutes in for an under 12-minute run. Might be pushing it here. Yeah, getting that loot add-on makes a big difference. Innervate again. So I don't think I haven't drank anything yet. There's a time when you can, like, well, you will have to sit down and drink. In between this pool and the last pool. But I try to come in with some mage water. I'm not spending gold at all. But I logged off and played on the fresh server a little bit, so I lost all my mage water. But this one, I just pull, it doesn't feel like it's even that many mobs. And then I just AoE them, or AoE them right here. And then there's one more pool just around this fountain here. And we'll be heading out. I like seeing all this Mageweave coming from the mobs. What do we want to see? So it's kind of a mix of raw gold and playing the auction house. Yeah, right here I'm like 3,000 mana short, so I'll go ahead and sit and drink here for a minute, but most of the time don't need to drink, except for maybe between 1 or 2 packs. I'd been trying to sell silk cloth, but silk cloth is just not too worth it anymore. At least on my server, it's gone down to 4 silver each, 5 silver each. So at this point, it's almost just worth it to just make a bandage instead. Alright, so this one, I line of sighted on the other side, and they reset, so I've been pulling them over here. Ooh, don't run. Alright, more mage. So we're at 11 minutes. A couple things to note. Like, the gold per hour is kind of based on 5 runs. So, you know, I might make the 12-minute mark, but then travel time back to Gadgetzan to vendor to send mail away. So it's still possible to get 5 runs in an hour, but again, having that add-on that lets you loot a lot faster is gonna help that out a lot. Because I've got 3 gigantic bags, and the loot fills up almost like half of my inventory. So you almost have to vendor after every run. So if you have repair bots like I do, like on hand, then you could drop the repair bots, but that's a gold expense. And we're right at 12 minutes. Perfect. But you don't have a mailbox, so you're gonna have to keep all of your gold, all of your Mageweave, all of your cloth, the stuff that you want to put on the auction house, in the bag. And then even if you're vendoring everything, then you'll still have to make that run back to Gadgetzan. And it takes about 3.5 minutes to run there, vendor, mail, and come back. So if you're getting that 9-minute run, then you can do that after every single run. Don't have to worry about having repair bots or worrying about bag space too much. So I got pretty much 5 stacks of Mageweave. I guess I won't count the silk cloth anymore. No aquamarine, but usually there's like 1 aquamarine that sells for 3 or 4 gold. There's a DK bot. You report them real quick. And then, yeah, I just vendor everything else. It might be worth it to disenchant the greens and stuff, depending on what server you're on. And then the Flask of Mojo has been going for about 50 silver each. So everything adds up. If you're doing this farm. If you're doing like Stratholme, then I just vendored everything. Wasn't worried about it. But this, I'm keeping all the cloth. Flask of Mojo and Aquamarine. And I'll fast forward to when I get to town. So I started the run with 18,270 gold, so I got 13 raw gold. And usually it's like another 10 gold from vendoring everything. And I always repair too, so I don't even, like, that repair cost gets taken out. So I started out with 70, 80, 90, so we're at 24 gold, which is pretty average, like 23, 24 gold from just vendoring everything, and then another DK bot here. But yeah, let's check out the auction house and see how much things are selling for. So you can see I sold an aquamarine for 4 gold 50. I had one up for 550. I don't know why I put it up that high, but I guess that's what they were selling for at that time. So if you get that aquamarine, don't vendor those. So not a good time for Mageweave right now. It's down to 359. So I'm just gonna save all of my Mageweave cloth. Wait a couple hours, check it again. So usually I do like 2 or 3 runs. I get 10-15 stacks of cloth, and then I just put them on the auction house throughout the day. So it's not like I'm sitting in ZF for like hours and hours and hours. It's just an hour here, like a half an hour there, a couple runs. I'll mail myself the mats, post them up in the auction house, and just make some extra gold from running it normally. But even still, if it's 23 gold, 5 runs, you're getting over 100 gold, 115 gold, just raw gold immediately. And then you just make that extra gold from the auction house as you can. One last thing before I get out of here, I have a Google document spreadsheet, and it's got a tab down at the bottom towards the far right labeled ZF Gold Farm. Got a little graphic here I put together, a couple of tips about the pools. So if you want to have that on like a second screen or something, you're going through there for the first time, you can see, okay, or the first pool is in 1, and then I'm mounting up, going to number 2, number 3, 4, 5. You don't have to like keep coming back to the video and like referencing the video. You can just have a nice little image there to help you out. And I hope that was useful information for you. Hope you make lots of gold from this, and I'll see you in the next farm. Look at this, another DK, just non-stop bots, DKs. What do? I report them all. Cheating, botting, DF. Thank you for your report. And then we look /who, death, night, Zul Farrak. Got 13 of them right now, all guildless, all orcs. Like, what are they doing? Hope that was useful for you. If it was, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. No.